Event planners and decorators can make the job look so easy, but the truth of the matter is, it's anything but. It can take days and hours and weeks and months to prep for the perfect event. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my behind the scene prep from events that I've shared with you guys in the past and just things that are coming forth in the future. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and you leave with more of an awareness of what it takes to put on a beautiful event as I reveal my secrets to event planning. First off, when you're dealing with live florals, they actually arrive in boxes. So you have to go through and process every single rose, every single hydrangea, every single orchid or snapdragon or whatever floral pieces you have in your arrangement. And this can be extremely time consuming, especially when you're dealing like with orchids, because they are so delicate. Although they are super beautiful flowers, they can be extremely expensive and very time consuming to properly process. So a lot of what we don't show is all of the processing that takes place before the beautiful arrangement can ever be built or constructed. And it takes a lot of work and a team. Day of the event, I am always all dressed up and dolled up, but the truth of the matter is, behind the scenes, I dress super comfortably and I am totally beat down. Okay, so this is the part that people miss out on. You guys see the glory and the beautiful event in the end, but you don't see these thorny roses that you got to pull off and then you have to use the oven mitt to do it. You don't see that. 13 boxes of flowers you have to process. And don't ask me, Melanie. Yeah, that's true. You can use something else, but this here mint from the Dollar Tree doing the deal. New inventions and witty ideas. So no, seriously, you guys, it's hard work that goes into the prepping and getting ready. It's more than just seeing the beautiful centerpieces at the end. This is why florists charge the amount they charge to do the things that they do, because it is so labor intensive. And you really have to have a love for this to do it. Now, I know many of you guys are going to ask me, where do you get your flowers? How do you put your arrangements together? And I will answer that extensively in Lux Academy. When we launch the online school, we'll have floral teachers and everything to show you how to do all that. But I just wanted to just give you a little small sneak peek into the process and exactly what we have to do to prepare for our events. So once the flowers are fully processed and all the leaves and thorns are removed, they are placed into 5-gallon buckets and stored at the appropriate temperature. The results are the beautiful centerpieces, such as the ones that you see here. Okay, you guys, so let's talk about the next best kept secret that goes on behind the scene at event planning, and that is the team. The team behind the entire design. So often when you're looking at all of these amazing designers on Facebook and Instagram and, all of the other social media platforms, you see that individual or that name like Preston Bailey or David Tutera, and the list goes on. But a lot of times what you don't see is the team that does all the work behind the scene. It is impossible for one person, to do the magnitude of work that you see us sharing on social media by ourselves. Now, there are some extremely talented individuals out there, but there's a lot of times where we are working under extreme time constraints, and it is nearly impossible to get all of the work that needs to be done with, just one or two individuals. So it is so important for you to have and to build a team. Now, my mentor that you see in the back with the black hat on, we assisted him with a wedding that he had, and it was an entire team of us because he was really worried about His job was to get the entire scope of the design down. We didn't see the vision because he's the visionary. We didn't see the vision that he had, but he taught us how to execute the centerpieces that he had visualized for this particular event. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when you see me produce events, or you see any other designer or decorator producing. Think about the team behind the scenes. That, I mean, it is so imperative. I cannot stress the behind the scene standpoint of that enough. So often people get caught up with like the glitz and glam and the final result or the final reveal of event planning. They don't think about all of the work that takes place ahead of time. Now, you know, it is totally worth it when you see an amazing centerpiece such as this one that my mentor designed and created. I mean, it turned out absolutely astounding. Like, I could not believe how beautiful it turned out. I was so skeptical of the colors and some of the fall foliage and leaves that he had actually added to this piece. But when it all came together, it came together beautifully. But it was definitely a result of teamwork behind the scene. Now, this brings me to my third and final reveal of the things that occur behind the scene in event planning, and that is all of the pre-planning. That's from the ordering to the meeting with the client. I mean, all those things that happen behind the scene before the event ever takes place. Now, this led me to creating one of my first inventions of 2019, and that was the Lux Recipe Cards. And through these cards, it's kind of a cheat sheet, almost like creating a recipe for a meal. It's a cheat sheet for an event planner to be able to look at these cards and say, oh, I'm going to have 50 guests. So this is the amount of tablecloths I need. This is the amount of centerpieces I need. This is the amount of napkins, and you know, the list goes on. And so it's a cheat sheet that will help you with your pre-planning and your pre-design so that when you get ready to produce the event, you can execute it flawlessly. Now, if you'd like to get a free copy of these, you can head over to my website, or you can head over to the Lux box where I pick out everything that you need to get started in event planning. I will leave the link to both of those down in the description box below. Next up is, I guess, one of my proudest inventions ever, and that is the Luxurious Planner. It's a planner that is created specifically for event planners, and I was so proud of this because, you know, while being in this industry, I discovered that we did not have the tools that we needed all in one place. And so now I'm able to house all of my client design sheets and floral worksheets, my calendars, my resource worksheets. I mean, so many different things in this one planner. It also contains a financial planner, which is huge when you're filling out, like doing your taxes. It is the perfect time of the year to get started with this. And then you can also like have a copy of all of your invoices and receipts as well. I know I've personally been audited several times. So I'm able to just pull these things out and, you know, send them on, and every single time I get my refund, my full refund. Another section that's in this planner is the Purposeful Planner, and it's filled with so many prayers and things like that that you guys enjoy. For those of you guys who join me on the first of every month for monthly confessions and declarations. Now, this planner can be purchased separately. It will contain the calendar and then all of the prayers and declaration worksheets, as well as worksheets for your monthly vision board and your yearly vision board. So that is all that I have that I'm sharing with you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and enjoyed me sharing with you those things that go on behind the scenes that makes event planners and event planning successful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers!